I'm not super confident about how this is gonna work. I changed my mind on the shelf again. Something ain't right. I guess it's all just trial and error with design, right?
Hello and welcome to part 2 of my dining room makeover, using 95% secondhand items and hopefully keeping the budget as close to zero as possible. I'm not going to spend too much time on background because you can just watch part 1, but basically my partner and I bought the back of an old shop, which meant we had to slightly configure some of the configuration to make it livable for us. So there was a small bathroom right where I'm looking that I knocked out and we've turned it into our dining area. So I've already done a lot of the foundational work. I IKEA hacked a built-in Kallax unit and put up some shelves. I made an attempt to improve the floorboards and ended up just putting a rug down. I got a salvaged curtain rod up and I did a lot of sourcing and just like trying to figure out the vibe. And I would say like the big lesson with this is that design takes time. It is all trial and error to like figure out what actually works. I can like make an amazing Pinterest board, but until you're actually putting things in and figuring out what you can get for your price and seeing how that color looks in your particular room, it just takes time. It's now time for the fun part, getting it all in, getting it all pretty. So before we jump into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Georgia and I am okay with my hands. Not good, not bad, but trying to be better. Basically, I do like upcycling, DIY attempts, a lot of thrifting. My whole thing is that I'm just trying to live a really stylish life without screwing my bank account or the planet. So if that is interesting to you, I would love for you to subscribe. Now, one of my favorite things to do to fulfill the trying not to screw the planet or my bank account thing is buying things secondhand. And I am waiting for some bad karma to arrive because I have cleaned up on Facebook Marketplace recently for this dining room. I filmed some of this for Instagram, so I'm going to put the clips up here. So the first thing, and I wasn't really even looking for this, but when you're as chronically on Facebook Marketplace as I am, some things just appear that you cannot turn down. And that was this yellow Arben Linda chair. I reverse image searched it. I'm still like learning a lot about vintage design icons, but I could just tell from the photo, I was like, this looks really nice. It was up for $20 and I just jumped straight in the car to grab it. When I was like maybe 5 minutes away, she then messaged me and was like, a lot of people are messaging me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to charge you 40, which I thought was a bit off. But then my friends were like, well, wouldn't you do that if you realized you could get more money for it? Anyway, I paid it because I was like, I think this is worth a lot more than that. I don't know if it's a replica or if it's genuine, doesn't really matter. I don't know where it's gonna live in the dining room. I just wanna see if I can make it work because it is a really cool piece. The next one was this standing lamp that I also reverse image searched. This was $10. She was like, I just don't have space for it in my apartment anymore. It is worth over $1,000. It's like this Italian Serval F lamp. It didn't have a bulb, and I think Jai went and got one from Bunnings, or maybe got it online, so we had to pay for that. But sorry, what? The wood base and the chrome detail, just obsessed. And then the last thing to mention is light fittings. The one that we had before, Billy had broken the glass bulb that went around it, so it just kind of, anyway, it had to be replaced. I found this woman that was selling 2 George Nelson replica, or like maybe it's called Coot replica. Beautiful, kind of like the rice paper. I really like that rice paper look, but I think it can look a bit too bohemian or something, or a bit too trendy, whereas the one that we got, or the 2 that we got, I feel like are a nice, like timeless blend. So I don't need the second one. I'll probably try and sell that. Maybe I can make some money on it. And one of the big things that I want to tackle in this part is storage in the dining room, because we have open shelving at the moment. Tonight we're picking up, if I can fit it in my hatchback, this like cool curved, kind of is giving like vintage IKEA looking shelf. It's taller, so it might give us more shelving than what we currently have. That is $90. So those are the pieces that I've currently sourced. Let's jump into bringing it all together.
I think this might now just be a vlog of me buying and selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Just got rid of this and I'm about to go and pick up another shelf thing. that I thought was a bit more unique. And I'm gonna move the chrome one that's there currently probably into the living room. Doesn't really fit anywhere quite right, but it's too good to get rid of, so. Oh! Changed my mind on the shelf again. Hang on, I'll show you. So we got this lovely light pendant installed. I think it just brings the nicest warm glow. Really, really happy with that. But the thing that I want to sell today is this curved shelf. It's just a lot of open shelving on this wall. Sold it for 150 bucks, so that gives me another $60 in the budget. And I really ummed and ahed. I put on Instagram yesterday, like, should I keep it? Because this curve is just so cool. But I don't have anywhere else to put it and I need more closed shelving. Like, look, we're just messy. We work from this table, so I want somewhere that we can put our laptops and stuff, so it needs to be a little sideboard. I still need to reupholster the chairs. I've got the fabric. I've just been kind of like, it's become a bigger deal in my head than it probably is to do it. And I'm going to bring in a sideboard that I got for free from Facebook Marketplace that needs a bit of work and it might not be perfect, but it'll definitely do the job for now. I guess it's all just trial and error with design, right? I feel like I had 1 million beers last night. I had none. Anyway, sorry, get it together. I've got these two, the seat and the backrest that I took off. I just unscrewed them out of the chair. That was really easy to get out. I'm not super confident about how this is going to work. My main concern really is that this has been commercially stitched and I don't have a sewing machine like that. And I don't think I'd be able to do it properly. But I'd really rather not. I think it was going to be like $100 per chair or more to get them reupholstered. And I'd rather not do that either. So I'm going to give it a red hot crack. You don't care, but I've just realised why I'm so tired. I have hay fever at the moment and I've been taking all this hay fever allergy medication. So I think I'm just like wiped. So I hope some of this makes sense when I go to edit it. Do I need to remove this fabric or can I just put it on top? Oh, I feel like crap. Is this how quickly I'm willing to give up and just pay someone to do it? Maybe I'll try the easier one first. That looks okay, right? Oh, I've been holding it wrong. You hold that bit. That makes sense.
Is it going inside?
I just started. I was going to leave it and then I was like, no, I'll at least do one. And I think the top bit will be hard as predicted, but I'm just upholstering wrap over the old fabric instead of removing all the old one.
You like it?
Do you like it?
I like it more than that.
But you don't like it?
No, I do like it. I just don't know what it's meant to look like from an actual upholstery perspective. It looks good.
Oh, I meant the fabric.
Oh no, the fabric I really like.
Okay, good. I was like, fuck.
No, the fabric I really like.
Okay, good. Like, how bad can it be, you know?
We'll soon find out, huh?
Yeah. Okay, this is where we've got to. I'm going to go take the dog for a walk and probably leave it like this for 3 weeks. And then come back to it. Let's go watch TV. Billy just got to sex today. And she's absolutely munted. She just keeps kind of like, she'll stand up and then just stand on the couch and like stare at something. And then I'll like teach her how to lie down again because she's forgotten. So we're going to watch Love is Blind and keep upholstering. Okay, so I was at home alone for a few too many hours yesterday, and I don't know what happened. I just went into the garage and pulled out some paint and started painting this. I think that I've hated it this whole time. So I'm going to try, well, I've already started trying to paint it white. And I think I might like make them evenly spaced and maybe add another shelf. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. So we're adding a new job to the list. Better. I think I need one up the top. Alright, you've seen enough clips of me painting, so I'm gonna finish this, or at least the next coat. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna turn the camera off because you've seen enough of me painting. We've encountered an issue. That's really annoying. Do you want to sit on my slanted shelf? I used like plasterboard wall plugs because I thought that it wasn't in any noggins, basically. It wasn't in any timbers. And I just leant on it to try and do another coat. I think I like ripped them straight out of the wall. I'm not really sure how I can fix this. I guess maybe I only put 6 in. Maybe I could put like all of them in. Pulling the whole thing out. There was an artwork that I picked up for the dining area to go there on Facebook Marketplace. It was too wide for that wall, but I wonder if I could put it here. I haven't hung it up yet. I was gonna move it to the living room. It would basically just, I'd have to remove that shelf as well, wouldn't I? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Fuck, that's so annoying. Like, do I just move it back? I don't want to do that though. Maybe I just need to custom make the shelves. I'm feeling really disheartened. I just ripped them out and now there's just like these giant holes. The wall anchors mustn't have expanded, I guess. I thought these were the right thing. Maybe I didn't use big enough screws to make them expand. Oh, it's so annoying. And now these holes are enormous. Like I can stick my finger in. So do I just plaster them up? I guess so. I really fucked this up. I should have just left it as it was. And I'm pretty sure when I installed them the first time, I did it very specifically because I could screw into a stud. So obviously I already thought about this and then I've just forgotten it. And I won't be able to screw, because the holes are so big there, I won't be able to put other anchors there because like the holes are too big now. The guy at Bunnings was like, those wall meats couldn't just come out of the wall. Like, they just can't. And I'm like, babe, it did. Like, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Do you have a bath, Bill? Did you have a bath? Okay, so now I've hand put in 12 thingies, 12 wall plugs. So I'm gonna try, it said they were for 8 gauge screws. This is an 8 gauge screw. The only thing that the guy mentioned in the video Not the guy at Bunnings that mansplained to me, but the guy in video was like, the distance of the threads can make a difference. I don't know if this is the right distance of threads, but the Bunnings guy said these were fine, so give it a whirl. It definitely seems like super solid, more so than last time.
What was becoming really obvious as we'd been living in the space for a while was how much we use the space as a workspace. So when Jai works from home, he uses that as his desk, and we really needed an enclosed cupboard to put our laptop and notebooks and like camera gear and all that sort of stuff in, and just be able to close the door on it when we want to use it as a nice non-working space. So I found these 2 IKEA Ivar units on Facebook Marketplace. One was already painted white and one was raw, so obviously I wanted to paint them to match.
Really? Is that paint on your face? So, I hate it. Unfortunately, I hate it. Okay, I don't hate it. The tone is kind of cool. Like, I like the bluey aqua thing we went for, but it's too dark in this room. I think what it is like the contrast between the white and the teal-y colour just makes it all feel it's just not very chic. Again, the tone kind of goes with the fabric of the chairs. Like, it's got this like kind of 70s feel to it, but it's just not quite there. I was umming and ahhing and I turned to Jai and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And he was like, do you want my honest opinion? I think it's completely wrong. I was like, oh shit. And he has pretty good taste. So I'm going to show you from some other angles so you can see what I mean. So, I mean, it's obviously not terrible, but in the context of the rest of the room, like, it's just a bit much. And I just think it needs to be a bit paler. It's close. It's just not quite there. Also, I thought I was so clever because I only painted the doors and the sides that were visible. Forgot about the top. And we have a staircase that you can see it from. But the place that I buy most of my paint from, Circle Paints, it's a salvaged paint shop. And they're really good at like mixing colours for you. They mixed that for me, but I obviously just chose one too dark. So I think I've still got a lot of the paint left in that tin. I can go back, ask them to add maybe half a tin of white. It's just a bit, which I thought I would like, but not in this light that kind of throws a bit warm.
So I was just about to film the pretty outro shots and realised I have forgotten one of the like first and most important jobs that I needed to do, and I've just been procrastinating this whole time, which is there are still literal nails sticking out the skirting boards because I did it wrong. So, if you're unfamiliar, that's a multi-tool. Look, that isn't the way that the professional would do the job, but nor was how we attached the skirting boards how a professional would do the job. Basically, the floorboards and the skirting boards, we've like found some salvage timber for the floorboards to put over where the bathroom tiles had been, and we just like found skirting boards that had been removed from other parts of the house and like stuck them on, and the walls aren't straight. We're going for progress, not perfection. One day, hopefully, I'll like properly renovate this house, but for now, we're just doing what we can. And I'm actually really proud, like, even since I started filming this like a year ago when I started trying to make the dining room improved, I have learnt a lot. Like, I wouldn't do the skirting boards now how I had done them because I know how to use some tools. Anyway, let's actually wrap this video up. Let me show you what we got.
I didn't have a specific budget for this project, but I'd said in the first video that I wanted to keep it as close to zero as possible, which, look, I didn't quite succeed at. I spent $236.90 on new items, which was the one rug. I spent $60 on materials, which was discounted paint and dead stock fabric, and I spent $440 on secondhand furniture. But I sold the stuff that I changed my mind about for a profit, so I made $390 of that back. And I nearly forgot to add this, but we did need to pay an electrician $150 to install the replacement pendant light, which means we landed at just under 500 schmackos.
Here's the light fitting that I ended up making $50 on buying. So here we are in the dining room that the op shop built. I have been finding it really hard to figure out when the end point to this makeover and this video is, because the biggest lesson that I've had through this journey is that I want to be in a space that's ever evolving. Before I had my own space, this is our first place that we own A, but B, that isn't a share house. Before I had my own space, I would have all these visions about what furniture I'm going to get, how I'm going to decorate it, and it's going to look like this particular Pinterest reference. But that's just not how it works. It takes time to create and curate a space that reflects yourself back at you, and more importantly is the functionality of it. I feel like we've struck the right balance here. I take back what I said about the colour of the Ivar. Since I've lived in it for a few weeks, I just think that that colour is perfect. It's got this like beautiful muted aqua color turquoise that bounces off in like a 70s style way with the brown. Yeah, I'm really happy with where we've landed. I'm also happy that with all the kind of like Facebook marketplace back and forthing that I did with the sourcing, I think I ended up $10 on top for the stuff I acquired in this part, which is kind of crazy. So if you have patience, you can really curate a space on the cheap. I've been trying to stop myself from already thinking about the next step, like I thought I don't like this dining table and that maybe I wanted like a glossy crimson one, or I wanted to get a long bench for along here. But actually I just put some Danish oil on this morning and she's looking schmick. I think I just need to live with the things that I have for a while. Also, there's a lot of other spaces that need work in this house. So I'm really excited to hear what you think. I know that a lot of you out there have a good design eye and might have an idea that I didn't have, but thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.